Trump returns to world stage at Notre-Dame reopening in Paris. Washington/Paris, December 7, Reuters. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump returns to the world stage on Saturday to join leaders for the reopening of the Notre-Dame Cathedral in Paris, still a private citizen but already preparing to tackle a host of international crises. It is Trump's first trip overseas since he won the presidential election a month ago, and it could offer French President Emmanuel Macron an opportunity to play the role of mediator between Europe and the unpredictable U.S. politician, a role the French leader has relished in the past. Trump landed at Paris Orly Airport a little before 6 o'clock GMT on Saturday, before heading to the U.S. Embassy near the French presidential palace, French media reported. The two are expected to meet on the sidelines of Saturday's visit. While no agenda for their talks has been announced, European leaders are concerned that Trump could withdraw U.S. military aid to Ukraine at a crucial juncture in its war to repel Russian invaders. Macron is a strong supporter of the NATO alliance in Ukraine's fight, while Trump feels European nations need to pay more for their common defense, and that a negotiated settlement is needed to end the Ukraine war. Mr. Macron is repeating his personalized approach, which had some limited success during Mr. Trump's first term. Macron knows Mr. Trump greatly appreciates the pomp, circumstance, and grandeur of state, and he provides it to him in abundance, said Heather Conley, senior advisor to the board of the German Marshall Fund, which promotes U.S.-European ties. Trump will join dozens of world leaders and foreign dignitaries for the ceremony reopening Notre-Dame Cathedral 5.5 years after it was ravaged by fire. Trump will also meet with Britain's Prince William, but it was unclear whether he will meet other leaders besides Macron. The Trump transition team did not respond to a request for details. While Trump is due to be sworn in as U.S. president only on January 20th, he has already held discussions with a number of world leaders, and members of his team are trying to get up to speed on a burgeoning number of world crises, including Ukraine and the Middle East. Trump's national security advisor, Mike Waltz, and Ukraine envoy Keith Kellogg met on Wednesday in Washington with Ukraine envoy Andriy Yermak, leading to speculation that a meeting between Trump and Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky might be in the offing in Paris. Macron's office said the French president will host a bilateral meeting with Trump at 15 o'clock GMT at the Élysée Palace, followed by a meeting with Zelensky an hour later, but did not say whether the three men will meet together. Trump, a Republican, was in power when Notre Dame burned in 2019. He lost his 2020 re-election bid to Democrat Joe Biden, but on November 5 defeated Kamala Harris, Biden's vice president, to win back the presidency. Symbolically, both Mr. Trump's presidency and Notre Dame have been restored in approximately the same time period. His visit to Paris is also the opening salvo of his return to the world stage, further diminishing the final days of the Biden administration, Conley said. Biden's wife, First Lady Jill Biden, will represent the United States at the Notre Dame reopening. Trump will get plenty of worldwide buzz standing alongside other world leaders. He visited France 4 times while president from 2017 to 2021, including D-Day anniversary ceremonies in 2019. Trump will be seen throughout the world in potentially a statesmanlike position, said Republican strategist Doug Heye. It's not images of him at Mar-a-Lago, Heye said, referring to the Florida home where Trump has spent the bulk of his time since the election. This is the biggest event of the world, and he'll be peer-to-peer with other leaders. Observers will be watching how Trump and Macron interact. The two men have endured ups and downs in their relationship over the years. Macron invited Trump to the Bastille Day military parade in Paris in July 2017, a spectacle that inspired Trump to order up his own military parade in Washington to mark America's Independence Day in 2019. Trump hosted Macron at a White House state dinner in 2018, but a year later the two quarreled over comments Macron made about the state of NATO. Trump coming to Paris is a good coup by Emmanuel Macron, said Gerard Araud, France's former ambassador to Washington. It is indispensable to have a direct relationship with the only man who counts in the Trump administration, Trump himself. Macron, who has just over 2 years left as president, pursued a non-confrontational approach toward Trump during the latter's first term, hoping that by engaging with him he could win concessions. But as the years passed, policy decisions on climate, taxation, and Iran in particular caused friction between the two leaders. By the end, it was a more fractious relationship,